Hey, Lindsay, how many customers do we talk to that say, man, I wish I had this trailer, but it had this added and it didn't have this and that was moved, and maybe if you could just switch that around a bit, it would be the perfect trailer.
A lot.
We hear that all the time. I am so excited today because we're at his peak with someone who has kind of a basic trailer. They have an inTech Discover. They have outfitted this trailer all kinds of wonky ways, done some cool things to it. I'm just excited to hear, their new adventures and maybe full-timers.
I think so.
Wow. Okay, so we're talking to the Andersens today, so y'all stay tuned. It'll be tons of fun.
Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about trailers, truck campers, and the people, places, and adventures that go along with them. We're your hosts from Princess Craft RV. Clint is not here. You can probably tell by the stumbling intro, but I'm the new Clint.
You are?
I am. And who are you?
I'm PJ. Who's Lindsay?
The new Clint.
Oh, okay.
Ta-da!
Got it. Well, thanks for listening.
What else do we do? Clint usually does this part. And we just sit there and stare at him. Shut up. What else do we say? If you haven't yet checked us out, check. If you haven't yet, check us out on Facebook at RV Small Talk, or you can listen to past episodes at rvsmalltalk.com. And
you can even watch us on YouTube if you really want to.
You can watch my cringy face all the way through this.
But I encourage everybody to check out the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally. That's coming up at the end of the month. Everyone is welcome, even if you have a big trailer or medium trailer.
Or no trailer at all.
Yes, come join us. It's free. You do have to pay for your campsite, but that's it. We have lots of great people, tech talks, band, barbecue, all the fun. Check it out, Texas Tiny Trailer Rally. What else is going on around here, Lindsay?
We have the Andersens.
Okay, well, I guess that's as much chit-chat as I'm going to get out of Lindsay right now.
Well, I mean, they're here. Let's talk to them.
All right,
let's chit-chat with them.
Okay.
So we have Zoey and
Taylor.
I talked to Zoey more, so I remember her name. Zoey and Taylor. And we actually found them. It was real funny. We were sitting in the office and Clint was like, Lindsay, come here. And ran over to his desk, looked at his giant monitor, and he was like, check out this video. And it's a video that you guys posted giving a very short kind of tour of your Discover, which is the same trailer Clint has. So I'm guessing that's how he stumbled upon it. And he's trying to figure out what mods to do with his own trailer.
No, Clint stumbles on lots of things online.
And we sat there, we watched it 3 times in a row. And we were like, this is so cool. Do you think they'll be on our podcast? And then we found out you bought your trailer from us.
Yes.
We didn't even know. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning of time.
Okay.
First, there was Adam and Eve.
Oh, wow.
No? Okay.
I was thinking Moses, but I guess that isn't all the way back.
Fast forward.
Okay, good.
So who are you and why do you want to discover and why?
How did this dream start? Or what is the dream?
Oh, that is a good question. So a couple of years ago, let's start
that's too far forward.
The beginning?
The very beginning.
Let's start a little further back. So
when I was a little kid,
when I was a kid, I actually used to ride dirt bikes with my dad all the time. We would go camping and dirt bike riding.
We really are starting with the kid story, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You gotta really get to the heart of the matter here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would camp and ride all the time. And then we met in high school and got together after I was out of high school. You were still in high school, and I got rid of my dirt bike. So there was no motorcycles, none of that.
I didn't make him get rid of the dirt bike.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Just to blame.
No, I'm not to blame. That was on his own accord, 100%. He's like, I'm going to sell my dirt
It's a
bike.
good
I'm
thing
like,
to say,
you
though.
do you, buddy. You do
You
you.
do you.
And then
You do you.
we went to college for music performance, both of us. And
Okay, what kind of music performance?
Yeah, no way.
Just because I have to know.
yeah,
You look like a musician.
yeah.
I play clarinet and saxophone.
Cool.
And I play saxophone.
Cool.
I was about to say there is nothing cooler than a sax player. Like nothing.
Are you like
pretty cool.
dueling
Nothing.
saxophones with a cool trailer? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Too much.
we actually do play in our trailer quite a bit. And
Yeah.
it's funny, we live in an RV park right now, and our last neighbor actually ended up being a band director, a retired one, and we didn't know until after she moved. But
We didn't find out until the day
And
she was leaving.
It's funny because I'm sure she had like heard us practicing because we play in a local band, and she never said anything to us about
No,
it,
not at
so
all.
it must
Oh,
not have been
that's
terrible, or it was really bad. And she
Or it was
like,
really bad.
And she didn't want to say
She
anything,
didn't wanna
right?
say.
She couldn't think of what to say.
Okay, so you're
wait,
in
wait,
music
wait,
school.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
I got to know what band.
It's the city of Bernie has a big band, like a jazz band on the jazz ensemble, and so we just play in that. I play baritone saxophone, and Taylor plays tenor,
Yeah.
Oh, that is super cool.
like swing music. And
I didn't know you guys were so cool.
Oh,
We're only 5
I'll tell
minutes
you
into
what.
the interview.
I know,
Save it.
but
we might be uncool.
Yeah,
right
they'll do
later,
some
I don't know.
uncool things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us
How
5
dare
more
they.
They're
minutes.
gonna kick a puppy or something.
I'm telling you, a rock and roll band with a horn section, I am just melting on the floor. That is my best thing ever. Next to that is a swing band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take it away, Lindsay. I'll shut up.
I'm not taking it away. They take it away. It's
It's
their
so
story.
cool.
All right. So I'll keep going on that one though. But
Okay.
like towards the end of college, we decided to get dirt bikes for some reason, and she had never ridden, so we started riding and camping in Oregon. You really only have 3 good months. The rest of the months you can camp, but it's really cold. And we decided to go camping for the first time together early April of 2017, and it was like 30 degrees outside.
Ooh.
And no air mattress. We picked up all of the stuff we needed from Walmart on the trip, on the way there.
That's my kind of camping.
That's how we
Never
roll
been
too.
camping
That's my
before. Yeah,
thing.
it was-
And
Not 3 months of planning. That just
no,
is
not at all.
exhausting.
Why would you do that?
Well, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that the air mattress pump didn't come with batteries or anything like that. So here I am.
Those little things.
Yeah, so we showed up probably at 10 p.m. at the campground or the riding area we were going to, and it was dispersed camping.
Uh-huh.
So we had no hookups, no nothing, and we didn't pack any way to stay warm, really. We had a cheap sleeping bag and all that, and I'm sitting here starting a dirt bike trying to use the exhaust to pump up the air mattress.
What?
Yeah, because
What?
we didn't have any way to do
Did it? I have to ask. Did it work?
No, not at all.
No,
And
of
it
We
ruined
course.
slept on the ground.
We slept on the ground.
I have pumped up a swimming pool with a leaf blower.
Yeah,
See,
that's
I can
true.
see
That would work a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It didn't work in our
I
favor.
guess we need to get a leaf blower.
Well, we don't use an
Too
air mattress.
big.
Way too
Yeah.
big.
So we ended up pretty much every weekend after that going out riding and camping, and we kept getting better and better and better, and upgraded bikes eventually. And I mean, you were riding full time year round to work and back. I mean,
Yeah.
one
Well,
year you put 12,000 miles on your bike.
Yeah, and at this point, like, we had never considered an RV. Like, we'd only done tent camping. We were like super into primitive camping and like so hardcore primitive camping that we would take our bikes and we'd ride our bikes to camping, unload the bikes because we could get lots of places on the dirt bikes, and then that
Yeah.
was. That was
Yeah.
fun. I really miss that, but we had some experiences doing it that way.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, so tell us about the worst ones or the most interesting ones.
the worst one was we rode about 150 miles away with only the camping gear we could fit on the bikes. And we got into Central Oregon. It's kind of desert-ish out there.
Right.
And we showed up probably 8 at night. It was just getting dark. We set up the tent, and then we started being circled by cougars. And we had no way to escape, really. I mean, we were in a tent. And so we left the tent and everything there and rode away as quickly as we could.
I had a friend that lived like 5 miles away. So I was like, hey.
Yeah, at least you have dirt bikes.
We took the bikes and we left. And I was like, called my friend. I'm like, can we stay at your house tonight? Like, this is what happened. We like described to her because like we weren't sure if it was cougars or not. And then we like told her what happened. She goes, that was a cougar. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
We went back the next day and rode at that OHV area and picked up our stuff.
Was your tent and everything just fine?
Oh, yeah. It was just fine.
We're the only people there. It was like right in the middle of like wildfire season. So we couldn't even start a fire because there was fire ban.
Right.
So we were totally hosed on keeping any kind of big cat away. But it was fun. It was still fun. Like that was the last time though that we actually went out and camped on the dirt bikes. We decided that was the end of that. And
yeah, but there were times when we'd go out and wake up to 6 inches of snow on the tent and the bikes. Right. And, you know, we have a BioLite, so we'd huddle together and get the BioLite cranked up as hot as we could get it with sticks and twigs and get warm that way. So fast forward to 2019, we moved down here because I fix instruments for a living. And marching band's huge here in Texas.
Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea now.
Do you?
Never mind. I mean, like...
Yeah, I have an idea, too.
Do you remember the clarinet?
Do you know we have 2 clarinets?
Yeah, but only one of them needs fixing.
Well, actually, I think they're both fixed now. We just still have 2 clarinets. You know what we're missing?
All right.
We're missing a clarinet player. We don't have anybody to play the clarinet. We have them.
This podcast is going to go on forever. But
I am having a great time.
But that's what I just thought of when you said that. I was like, oh, we've had this clarinet for 15 years.
I thought of that quite a ways back, Lindsay. You're a little slow on the uptake. Was it the Cougars that reminded you?
No, it was he said he fixes instruments.
Okay. Well, yes. Okay.
It wasn't the Cougar.
Trying to figure it out. Well, I already knew that. So, okay.
Right.
So you came here.
Clint, cut back. All that out.
No.
Just cut it all out.
He's going to send it.
Well, what's big here in Texas is football.
Yes, definitely.
Which starts this weekend. Okay, so I'm so excited. It kind of starts last week. So can't wait for football. We all love football. What comes with football is marching bands, especially in high school, because high school football is probably as popular as NFL in Texas.
Definitely.
Yes.
So
we found that out.
The band is paramount.
Yeah, definitely.
So Texas makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely did. And we were looking at how big Texas was, and we were thinking, wow, we can...
There's got to be all this public
big.
land and all these places to ride and so much camping we can do.
Oh, did you get so disappointed?
Oh, my God.
It is so different than Oregon, isn't it?
It's the saddest.
Okay.
It is, but...
All right. All that to be said, we have an absolute amazing Parks and Wildlife Department.
Definitely.
So we have like 100 and some odd Texas state parks.
Yeah.
And that's just the state parks. And then there's Corps of Engineer parks that are really cool. There's national parks. There's wildlife refuges. So I'm not going to take too much of a hit that there's not a ton of BLM land.
Yeah.
The state parks and everything that we've been to have been fantastic. We really like camping here. It's just for dirt bike riding, there's not a whole lot of opportunity.
Really?
I mean, there's a lot of private places. So like we have a membership at a place in Floresville. So we drive down to Floresville and go right there. There's also Hidden Falls, which isn't too far from here. There's Emma Long here in Austin. So we have opportunities, but just not to the extent of like having 60,000 acres to go explore versus 300 acres here.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. So the place we go on a regular basis is just shy of 300 acres. And the riding area that we would spend most of our time at in Oregon, it's 30,000 acres, but it actually butts up to another 90,000 acres of other riding areas. They just have to call it a different area. They can only divide them into 30,000 acre sections.
So I never thought about that there is plenty of camping, but if you wanted to do other things like riding a dirt bike, there's limitations if you don't have all of this open land.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet you can cover 300 acres pretty quickly on a dirt bike.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Feels like you're on kind of a really long track that just goes in circles.
Pretty short track.
Yeah.
Pretty short track.
Well,
You'd be surprised. Like 300 acres seems like a lot until you're like going 50 miles an hour on a dirt bike on 300 acres, and it's like, oh, there's the end.
There's the end.
Next corner, next fence.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of the tracks are like through the trees and stuff, so it's not like a straight shot or like a regular like circle track. So it takes a little bit of time to get through some of the stuff that they have there, but it's different than what we were used to coming from Oregon. Where you have, like, tons of
when we were
open.
going riding out in Oregon, we would normally span 80 miles. So we would ride 80 miles of trail in a single day. And we definitely weren't getting that here. Not to say that the riding was bad here. It's just they bring up the complexity level a lot here. So the riding can be a lot harder. You're hopping 3-foot rock ledges the whole time.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It takes you, like Emma Long, it'll take you quite a while to get through the whole loop at Emma Long, but it's really short. It's only a few miles.
Wow. Well, you just got to keep pushing the boundaries, finding new places.
Yeah, and that's what we've been doing, and it's been working. We like the riding here, but it's different. It's a different kind of riding, and we weren't expecting that when we moved here. We thought, oh, Texas is huge. There's going to be all this stuff, and then there was nothing. We're like,
You can't say nothing.
No, it's not that there was nothing.
A lot less.
There's just, quite a bit less. We were a little bit disappointed until we started meeting new people, and then we started, okay, so there's a lot more than we thought there were, and when we first moved.
You just got to know where they are.
Right.
You got to know where to look.
Yeah.
So we didn't know that.
So what brought you from this different environment to decide you needed a trailer?
So like everybody else during COVID, we got a puppy, and, and it's really hot in the summers, and I did not feel like it was fair to the dog to either bring her with or leave her at home for a long time during the day. So we're like, we might look into getting an RV.
I have a really important question here. Was that puppy free?
No, she's from ACS.
Okay, so you paid for the puppy, and then you bought the puppy a trailer.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
I know.
This is an
She's very
expensive
spoiled.
puppy.
She is a very expensive puppy.
Well, and we didn't start with the Discover. We actually started with a inTech Explorer.
Oh, the smaller one.
Did you buy that from us?
We'll get to that.
Whoa.
The people that bought it originally bought it from you.
Okay, fair.
Okay,
So-
good try.
I don't think that you guys would have let us tow it away if you knew what we towed it with. And the reason why we got the Explorer. So when we started looking into RVs, we owned a Subaru WRX STI.
What the hell is that?
Yeah,
It's a little sporty sedan, turbocharged Subaru thing.
It's a toy.
if you told me what you had, I might have let you because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
In the owner's manual, there's a big page in like the very front of it that says, "Do not tow with this vehicle" or something like that.
Yeah.
In big bold letters, you're not supposed to tow with them. But in the in the UK, they are rated for up to 3,500 pounds tow capacity, just not in the United States. So we were able to get a hitch for it.
We put a Class 3 receiver hitch on it and a trailer brake controller.
And said, what the heck?
And so we actually towed the Explorer all the way to Oregon and back and had an amazing trip.
The Subaru did not have an amazing
So did you burn up the Subaru?
The Subaru burned us up.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. Somebody's telling the truth here.
No, the Subaru did not have a good time.
Yeah.
We went through Tucson. It was in June, and so it was really hot. And we went through Tucson, Arizona on our way to Oregon, and it was 117, and the Subaru overheated. And when they overheat, they turn off the AC and blast the heat so you don't blow up head gaskets.
Yeah, so they have this nice feature where it just says you don't get AC, you get full heat when the car starts to get warm.
Because they're trying to cool itself off.
They don't want it to blow up.
Yeah.
And
they don't really care about you.
No.
Yeah.
It's all about the car.
We're the poor dog in the back.
Or the dog
It's
or
all
anything.
about the car.
So we stopped in Tucson that night. We were going to try to make it to Vegas. And we stopped in Tucson, and we tried to stay at a Walmart, and oddly enough, our generators, we had 2 cat generators that we had running in parallel, and they overheated and would only run for 2 or 3 minutes. So we found a KOA. We stayed at a KOA for a night, and then started really early in the morning, heading back to because we were just trying to stay. If it was under 105 degrees, the car was fine. And so we just shot for the coolest weather we could. We were going to go up through Vegas and up through nothing in Nevada, pretty much through the corner of Oregon. And we ended up going through California because it was like 20 degrees cooler.
I think that's an excellent call.
Yeah.
An
But the gas
excellent call.
So we made it up, and I overnighted a oversized radiator to my mom's house in Oregon and installed a new radiator in her driveway. And
Oh.
and
The beauty of the internet, isn't it?
yeah, so we then tried to make the trip back after we were all done. We had an
radiator did
amazing
not
trip
fix
out
the
there.
problem.
Yeah. It took longer to overheat, and then it took longer to cool back down when it did overheat.
So like 2
Okay.
days when we got back to Texas, we're like, let's buy a truck.
Yes.
So a few things we now know about UK. One is it doesn't get 105 there.
No, not at all.
And the other thing is they'll tow with absolutely anything.
Correct.
Anything.
They don't care.
They don't.
Well, and our big hint should have been that the Subaru really sagged. The back end got kind of low, and so I had to put a weight distribution hitch on and really.
What?
Yeah. So
Oh, my goodness.
We took the box off of the Explorer and we put a weight distribution hitch on and cranked it as tight as we could get it. We actually had to go back and forth between the chain links several times to get it tight enough to where the Subaru was level.
Oh my goodness.
This is not.
my
We need to
goodness.
put a disclaimer on this
Yeah, do
episode.
not do
This
this.
is terrifying.
I thought the Cougars were going to scare me, but
mean,
no.
okay.
This tops it.
So you get a truck.
Yep.
Got a truck.
And we started to realize that we were spending more time working than we were going out riding,
Which is not okay.
which is not okay. We weren't.
It's kind of the human dilemma, right?
Yeah. And we really figured out that we both got new bikes around the same time. I guess I got mine a year later, but I had put 250 hours on my bike in a year in Oregon. And in 2 years here, I only put 60 hours, or she only put 60 hours on her bike. So we realized we were only riding like 30 hours a year here versus 250 hours a year. And
Because you had to work.
because we were working so much. And so we started to figure out, okay, how can we cut everything out that's taking time? And work was the big killer for time.
Everybody
it
would
is.
just love, hey,
Yeah.
let's just not work. Okay?
Well, and we thought
do you
about
do
that.
that?
And we're still figuring that out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
We
I
still have
mean-
to work. We're not completely like.
Yeah.
Okay, but who does that? Who says, all right, I'm working more than I'm playing. I think I'd like to work less.
Actually,
Let's buy a trailer.
a lot of people.
A lot
Yeah.
of people are
It's-
trying that, especially
yeah.
since COVID. I
Yeah.
think everybody
It's
is
the new thing.
reevaluating.
It's wonderful.
Well,
but
and-
you still
Everybody
gotta,
quit your job.
You still have to,
yeah,
you
right.
still
Do
have
what
to
you
fund
love. Get
yourself
out while you
somehow.
still can.
No, so we
Yeah, run away.
a friend of mine shared the 4-hour work week with me
Okay.
from Tim Ferriss.
Okay.
And I won't read a book, unfortunately. I listened to it as an audiobook and
Still counts.
Yeah.
Did it take you 4 hours or less?
No, I think it's a little longer than that. I don't
There you
remember.
go. Well, that was a couple of work weeks right there.
Yeah, right. So I started thinking, wow, we could cut so much out of our lives because we had a bunch of fancy cars and all this stuff that we didn't need. And we started looking at the finances of how much does it really cost to go and have what he was calling a mini retirement, just take off and retire for a few years. And it was less than $1,000 a month. And I am thinking, oh my goodness, we can do this if we just save up some money and leave. And then we started really thinking, okay, we're going to fix the Subaru. And this was on the trip back where we were thinking we're going to fix the Subaru and make it to where it can tow. And we're going to fix the Explorer and it'll be the craziest setup. It'll be good clickbait, right? On YouTube, we were thinking, okay, we can really make something that will it'll offend a lot of people in the Subaru community, but it will turn a lot of heads.
Well, that's clickbait right there.
Yeah, exactly. So we started thinking about that, and then the Subaru didn't work out. We got another truck.
Well, the Subaru clearly didn't work out.
No, not at all. But we got another truck, and then our tow capacity magically went up. It doubled.
Wow.
That happens when you don't have a Subaru.
Yeah, so our tow
Finally.
capacity doubled.
it.
And we went out for another trip in the Explorer, and I ended up getting hurt and couldn't stand up.
Oh, we went out on 2 more trips to the
Yeah.
Explorer before we decided we're done with the Explorer.
Yeah.
The one after that.
Yeah, I ended up sick in Dallas and not having a bathroom and all that. So we had that trip that didn't go so well. I was not doing well for a couple days, and then we had another trip to Hidden Falls, and I hurt my back. I rode up something I probably shouldn't have rode up.
Okay. On your dirt bike?
Yes, and unfortunately, I was the one that got hurt. So I couldn't stand up in the Explorer. So just trying to stand up and stretch my back and stuff, it was impossible. So we started thinking, okay, we need a little more space. And we started toying around with the idea of getting an ATC or some of the other trailers on the market. We looked at the E-Pros and all kinds of stuff. And the problem that we found was so with ATC, they're a little on the heavy side. We didn't want to tow something that heavy. And we looked at some of the other brands, and the build quality just wasn't near as good as the inTech. And so while the inTech did not come with, the Discover doesn't come with a bathroom, we believed in the build quality, like firmly believed in the build quality of the inTech versus the other options. So we put the Explorer on Facebook Marketplace, and it was gone in a couple days.
It was gone in
I'm
like
sure.
4 days. It
I'm
was
sure.
gone.
Yeah.
And then I called here and I was like, do you guys happen to have a Discover in stock? And the sales, oh my gosh, I don't remember who I talked to.
That's okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was going to give him some cred, but I forgot who it was. I'm sorry. And he's like, yeah, we actually have one in stock right now. So we came down and we started doing the paperwork and we came home with it. And that was
Yeah.
how we got our Discover and started.
Wow.
And then night 1, so December 1st, we picked it up. December 1st, 2021. And night 1, we slept in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we still had an apartment for another 4 months. We had our apartment until mid-February. So 3-4 months we had an apartment, but we just didn't even stay there. We stayed in the Discover because the goal was to live with it. We originally had this plan of we're going to build out this trailer and then take off.
And then move into it.
And what we thought about was you can't really figure out if something's going to work or not unless you just live it. So we moved into the Discover night 1. We brought a couple things in, and for quite a while, we actually lived in it with the tip outs open and all that. And
Well, it was also in December too, so it was significantly cooler. So with the tip outs
Right.
down, it was manageable. Right now, if we had the tip outs down, it would probably be 90 degrees in there.
And then we realized that we could just keep making upgrades over time. So we've spent the last 8 months every day we do something to the trailer. And sometimes we learn that we make mistakes, and we will.
And then the next day you undo what
Exactly.
you did to
Or
the trailer.
try to. I mean, I had the mistake of I bought a glue-on solar panel kit. So we have 4 solar panels on the roof, and I bought the glue-on mounts that you use, an adhesive, a construction
Right,
adhesive
right.
to put on, and the adhesive didn't stick. And so I
Oops.
followed another YouTube video that said just drill self-tappers through those. And then the roof leaked really bad. So
Everything we do is a learning.
yeah, the next day I fixed the roof and patched all that up. But we just spent time making little quality of life upgrades. And now we've gotten to the point where it's pretty easy to live in. It's not difficult. We still...
Not for us.
Yeah, not for us.
I'm sure for like most, if you're used to like a house and like a whole bathroom and a shower and stuff, it probably wouldn't be like super comfortable.
Yeah, for people who don't know, the inTech Discover is a box.
It's a cargo
It's
trailer,
an empty
basically.
box. And you said you have the tip outs up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you don't even. Where do you sit?
we have,
sleep.
We have a.
Where do you stand? Where do you do cartwheels? I'm so confused.
Yeah, so we have a 18-inch tall folding bed frame at the back of the trailer, sideways.
It's an inch tall folding bed frame.
It's a residential queen bed.
So, sorry, Clint. So you have like a Murphy bed situation at the cargo door of your trailer?
Not necessarily. It's just a folding bed frame.
It's just like portable, so it folds up into like 2 sections, and then like when we travel, we can put it up and then like use tie downs against one wall behind the mattress. But we use a full size queen mattress on top of that. And then all of our stuff gets stored underneath in bins, or if
so we got bins from Home Depot that fit under perfectly.
like the tool bins, like the Husky and
for a long
So where does your mattress go?
on top of the bed frame. Or are you talking about when we travel?
I'm so confused.
Yeah, when you travel, how do you fold it up to get it out? Do you fold it up every morning?
No, not at all.
We live like that full time. So we have the tip outs up all the time, and at the back of the trailer is the bed, and then we have a toolbox on the side of the trailer. It's very. Wish I had a picture of how it was.
Well, we'll post pictures in the show notes, but this is tricked out, guys. I just have to say, but I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out. That
was the one thing that I really wanted you to show in your video that I didn't get to see. Was like, I was yelling at Clint. I was like, show me the whole thing.
I know.
And we actually have some pictures of all 3 bikes in the back of the trailer along with the bed propped up against the side. So
what?
Yeah. So all 3 dirt bikes will go in the back of the trailer. The bed is up sideways with we put the bed frame panels behind the bed, or behind the mattress. And then all the bins will go up front. And that's how we traveled all the way to Oregon with it and back.
Mm-hmm. So when it's time to like pack up or set up, couples kind of have their thing, like I'll do this and you do that. But I can imagine with your trailer, it's like a lot of stuff, So do you have it like you always do the same? Okay, we're here. So you put the bed down, you put the things this way, and then you
unfortunately a lot of it we have to do together.
Like we don't have our like set routines. Like there has to be multiple pairs of hands taking apart or doing
but we can typically set up in 30 minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of work the way we have it set up, because we can't just tip the canvas tip outs down and then make the beds and everything. We have to pull everything out of the trailer and then put it all back to where it was. So it takes some time, but we've got it down pretty. Yeah. We've done it several times now, so we've got it down pretty good.
Well, talk to me about your power situation while I smile and nod, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll let Taylor talk more about it, because it's kind of beyond my. I'm the artistic one. He's
no, you did a great job explaining it in the video. I was like, ooh, wires. I don't know.
Yeah. So with the intention of living off grid, we needed to be able to run anything we want. And we run our 3D printer, we run our oven, we run our laser engraver. We run a lot of things in the trailer all the time.
3D printer?
Well, they got to have all the fun stuff.
Yeah. So we make a lot of the stuff.
They even have a bike for their puppy. Did you catch that?
Actually, I do remember the 3D printer from the video.
Yeah.
You showed me all the things that y'all had 3D. Okay, keep going.
So we ended up originally just picking up 1 lithium battery and 400 watts of solar. And that turned into, I wanted 2 lithium batteries.
Funny how that happens.
So at the end of the day, now we have 6 lithium batteries.
Holy
Yeah, so we have 6 Renogy 100 amp hour lithium batteries, and we have 400 watts of solar on the trailer, and then 400 watts of solar on the roof of the truck with EV connectors on either side. So like an electric you'd see for a Tesla.
Right.
And they plug in to this long extension cable. And the reason why we had to go with that was because we like to park in the shade when it's hot. And solar doesn't work so great in this shade.
That's right.
I try to explain this to customers all the time.
Yeah.
You are very smart.
So we park the truck where it's hot because we don't care if that gets warm. And we park the trailer in the shade. And 400 watts, honestly, is enough for us to do whatever we want with, for the most part. I mean, we can cook for 3 hours. We can run our oven for 3 hours without worrying about draining the batteries
on a sunny day.
Yeah, on a sunny day.
If it's cloudy, it's a different story. And then we have to really be careful.
PB&J sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly. There's no oven.
But it's We use two different solar charge controllers. Actually, they're the same model. We have two Renogy 30 amp solar charge controllers, and they're all tied into the batteries under the cabinet, under where the factory location is.
Right. There is space there.
Yeah. So we've slowly been upgrading the electric. That's been a big mess the whole time. I mean, because when we have to get into that cabinet, everything in the trailer has to get pushed out the back. And so the living situation gets kind of messy. So there's been nights where it's midnight and we're sitting there trying to pack everything back up, get all the electrical connectors out of the way, and then get the bed set back up correctly.
So why would you have to get into that cabinet? I mean, you don't have to get in there very often, right?
You don't have to, but we have added so much to the trailer. We've added a Wii Boost. We've added, we hardwired in a Midland radio setup. So we actually have the Midland charger for the handheld units. And then we have the Midland unit that is attached to the trailer. And
wait, stop. What are you talking about? Radio unit?
Yeah, so we have walkie-talkies.
Oh.
Long-range radios.
Got it.
So that when we're out on the trail, we can get a hold of each other if we need to. So we've got those attached. We have we've added a 3,000 watt power inverter that's on the wall that we run all of our AC electronics off of. But with all the DC electronic additions that we've done, we didn't have enough room on the battery post, because from factory, inTech just pretty much adds another ring terminal to it and just keeps going. And so we added another fuse block inside of there. So every time we need to add something, we need to get to that auxiliary fuse block to add another accessory in.
And did you already, I mean, you always nerdy? Did you know about this kind of stuff? Or did
Have you always been a nerd?
Did you have to learn about it as you were doing it? And did you learn about, I mean, like...
A little bit of both. I've always been into hobbies and stuff like that, RC cars and all kinds of stuff like that.
But so solar was pretty new. I mean,
solar was new. I had no clue.
With this whole power situation, I think it's really intimidating to a lot of people.
And it is. There's not a lot of information out there that
and
is...
some of it's wrong.
And there's a lot of options.
Some of it's very wrong.
Yeah, sometimes it just messes you up.
I mean, honestly, I thought I could just buy a solar panel and plug it into the port on the outside of the trailer.
I mean,
kind of.
Technically, you could.
With a ZAMP panel that has its own built-in charge controller, right?
It's not going to...
And so since we wanted something much higher capacity, I had to start looking into building our own unit. And we'll get some shots for you of what it really looks like in that cabinet. It is full. It is 100. There is no room in it.
Is it messy?
No, it's all very
good.
tight. I
Good.
am picky about my wiring.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have a feeling
Yeah.
but
this guy
there's
likes
a lot
neat
going
wires.
on.
There's a lot of wires.
Yeah, there's just a lot.
But okay, what are you going to add next? Power wise.
I think we're good for now. I mean, if
no,
we-
you're not.
Well, that's why I said for now.
That's not how
I
this
guess
works.
my next goal, since we're going to be off grid full time, hopefully starting November or mid-October, I want to change all the trailer wiring basically to where all the outlets are run off the inverter. Right now, all of our, like the outdoor outlets are not ran off the power inverter. They're ran off grid power. So the goal is to wire in basically the trailer's factory fuse panel
Right.
into the power inverter.
So right now you have your auxiliary fuse panel, and then you've got that 3,000 watt inverter, but all it powers is like the AC and like your microwave oven or something?
It runs anything that is AC with the exception of, so AC meaning alternating current, right? So
but I
110.
meant air conditioner.
Air conditioner is not off of solar at this point, or off of that inverter. I think we could, but it would only be for a few hours. And since our AC pretty much runs 18 hours a day in the Texas heat,
It might not be worth it.
we can't get away with it.
You certainly can't run it for 8 hours.
No.
You might be able to get 2.
Yeah.
But
with
you
what
can't
we
get
have,
8.
we've done the math. We could, on a sunny day, we could run it for about 8 hours straight, but we would be at 0% battery
Right, but you don't want to do that. So I guess my question is that 3,000 watt inverter, what is connected to that if the AC plugs are not?
So we have a couple power strips attached to that, and it will power the 3D printer, our laser engraver, our laptops. We have a projector at the back of the trailer that's mounted to the ceiling, and a projector screen at the front.
That part is so
A projector.
cool.
So
It's so
projector
cool.
TV.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part
Oh my goodness.
in the whole video.
Why not just get a flat screen?
Because they were
Takes up
so
too much
heavy and
space.
took up so much space. We're already crammed for space as it is, and I wanted something that could go up and out of the way. And a friend of mine had this electric projector screen at one of the houses he had, and I thought it was the coolest thing. It was a few years ago, and I remember watching a movie on it, and I was thinking, why doesn't everyone have one of these things? He's got like a 90-inch TV on his wall.
Right.
And I think that even like in one of the inTech Facebook groups, somebody also has a projector in their Discover, and we're like, man, we should do that.
And the
Like, that would be so
projector
cool.
itself can be really small
It's
and
pretty small.
out of the way.
Yeah, it's small and
And it's
Yeah.
on the ceiling.
Yeah, it's on the ceiling, and everything tucks up nicely.
And the screen's not too in the way either. The screen is at the front of the tray. So the projector sits nearest the back door, and then the projector screen takes up the whole width of the trailer, but it only takes up, like 6 inches from the ceiling?
Yeah, when it's
it's-
closed.
yeah, when it's closed, yeah.
So,
So
you
when
don't
it's-
really know it's there when it's up,
Unless you're over 6 feet tall, and then you're going to hit your head on it.
which
But-
we're not.
Which
So
we're
we're
not.
fine.
So
You're not.
it's-
Good.
It's all
so,
good.
So you just got your 3,000 watt inverter to run all your toys.
Basically, and that'll run anything we need. That actually runs the washer as well. So we
The what? Red light.
You haven't even heard about this crazy oven
Red light.
contraption they have too.
So,
Oh, yeah, so we have a-
at the front of the trailer, we took off the tongue box. Forget the tongue box.
And you
That's not-
added a washer?
So we added a 24 by 72 buyer's truck box. It's meant to go under the body of a truck, and it's got one big door on it. And I cut the cables on it, mounted it on its side.
Like the RKS, like you know how the front of those RKSs have that
Okay.
aluminum thing that's like tall and it
So
opens
it's
on the
got
side.
a tower.
That's
that
what it
kind of
looks like. Yeah.
Is hollow and it opens.
Yes. So we put this giant truck box up front, and we've got a recirculating water system and a washer in that. So
That you built.
yes. So the recirculating water system is for our, we have a loop shower that we use off grid. So we have a portable aluminum decontamination shower and a sump pump for that'll pump it back into the system.
A portable aluminum decontamination shower.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's called. And obviously
If I
we're not
Google
using
that, can I see what this
Yes.
looks like?
Yes.
Portable aluminum decontamination shower.
Yeah.
And it takes then you just buy a sump pump and you stick it in the bottom.
I stick it
pumps back
outside.
through?
Yep. So it goes just outside, and we've wired up a plug that we have on a switch that we can turn that sump pump on or off with.
So the water that you shower with gets recycled and you shower with it again.
Yeah, it goes through a series of 6 filters. So
Cool.
yeah, it ends up going to start. It goes with a pre-filter that actually comes straight off of the shower, and then it will go into the sump pump. It goes through another pre-filter into the water pump, and then it'll go through 3 more filters, like 10 by 2.5 filters that you'd get at Walmart or any RV supplier. And then it goes through a UV sterilization filter, and then back into the hot water heater or water heater that is directly above all that.
So it's like a mini car wash.
This is so
Yeah.
cool.
And so we originally
Whoa.
used that for washing clothes as well. So the washer is set up on the loop. We learned our lesson there.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Okay,
Don't do
wait.
that.
Why?
Don't do that.
You got stinky clothes?
Very.
Well,
I thought something smelled weird.
no longer.
We haven't done
They're
that in a long
big
time.
sprayers. Of course they have dirty clothes.
So the clothes would start to smell funny. The water would smell funny after a couple washes because
Of the soap. The soap would mildew in the. So if we didn't run that loop thing every day, the soap would mildew in the water tank.
and the water would go
Right.
stagnant.
Right.
So it's only 4 gallons of water. Mm-hmm. So now what we've learned is while off grid, we can take our showers for a week and try to use as few clothes as possible. And then at the end of that week, we change that water anyway. So we'll wash that load and have it dump all the water from that load, which is actually the entire tank.
Oh, so you watch? Okay,
so
that makes sense.
we can shower off that we can really shower off of it for about 2 weeks, but we shower off of it for about a week, and then that'll get dumped to wash that during washing clothes.
Yeah, cool.
So it does allow us to be fairly, efficient with our water usage.
Yes.
4 gallons a week for washing clothes and washing ourselves.
That's crazy.
That's insanely efficient.
That is crazy. Okay. I just have a question. What kind of washer are we talking about here?
It is a Home Labs washer that you would see in like a college dorm room if a college student didn't have a washer.
I have never seen a college student
I was
with
about
a
to
washing
say,
machine in
don't
their
they go
room.
to the laundromat?
Yeah.
Or not wash their clothes.
Or not wash their clothes.
I mean,
Yeah,
college
that was
students
us.
smell
Like a college
bad. It's just what you do.
Yeah, so it's only about 18 inches wide, and I'm going to say about 3 feet tall.
Oh, good.
So it's
so
kind of-
cute.
It's like a giant bread box that
Yes.
sits on your counter.
It's like a
I have
little
seen them.
baby.
So you can't wash a lot of clothes.
We can
I mean, your blue jeans wash in there.
Oh, yeah.
Who washes blue jeans? First of all,
Yeah,
I do.
that's a whole nother thing, right?
who?
Yeah, I do.
Am I supposed to be washing these?
Yeah, but every
These
now
bad
and
boys?
I don't know.
Every now and then, Lindsay, yes.
The CEO of Levi's did say that he didn't wash his jeans for a whole year. There's a whole video on it online.
I
It's
know
amazing.
people who do that.
I wear jeans like once a month. I'm not washing these.
I was camping with one of
We got off on
somebody
that.
that I think is somebody that is just so together, and efficient. And all of a sudden she says, "Yeah, I probably got to wash these. Have I ever washed these?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, how long have you had them?" "Well, did I buy them last year or the year before?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you've worn your jeans for 2 years and not washed them?"
Yes.
But they feel
But
so much
people
better that
do
way.
that.
Yes.
The
I've
fabric
never
is
done that.
so much softer.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
So, like,
no.
yes.
to each their own. To each their own, I guess. But I prefer to wash my jeans. That's just me. I don't dry my jeans. I dry them outside. They get hung dry.
Oh my God, what just happened?
Something fell.
No, I sat here and played with the cord and I made a mess. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh no.
Something fell off the table.
Clint's gonna get you.
Yeah, he probably is.
Okay, where were we? Oven. How do you cook? What's cooking like?
Cooking's pretty much normal. As any
No.
Yeah.
It's
Red
pretty
light.
much normal. Pretty
Red
much.
light.
So we
Do you walk into a kitchen and turn on a stove and open the drawer?
Do you have an
and pull
island?
out a pan?
Your cutting board.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I mean,
all
do
your
you open the
ingredients laid
pantry
out.
and say, "What do we want to make for dinner?"
We do all the time.
I
don't
saw your pantry.
It
Is
feels
it kind of like the size of the mini washer?
I mean, it's
Yeah, I mean the pantry is the same size as they are stock in the Discover. We've added some shelves, and so in front of the pantry we have this home built shelf made of just stainless, or no, not even stainless, just steel.
mild steel. I welded it together and bolted it to the wall.
you weld too.
Wait until you see the welds.
Weld,
I can stick 2 pieces of metal together and they haven't broken
kind
yet.
of for a little bit.
Yeah.
Got it.
We actually mounted those where the original they had those aluminum hangers
for like tie downs.
for tie downs and stuff, and we bolted them straight into the factory bolt holes there.
But so we're from Oregon originally, so we are coffee snobs. So we have an espresso machine,
it.
and it had to come with us.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh!
PJ, you have to see this video.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, do you? I imagine listening to this, you won't realize this starts as an empty cargo trailer.
I'm
basically,
telling you.
With
It's
the
a
sides
box.
tip out a little bit with this thin mattress on it, and you're not tipping anything out.
No.
So
What are the dimensions of the Discover? I bet you know off the top of your head. Go.
It's 14 by 7 on
I
the inside.
knew it.
Yeah.
it's 7 feet wide and 14 feet long.
And you guys have an
Guys.
espresso machine in
Yeah.
there?
And a 3D printer.
And a washer.
And a washer and a...
It's a little extra. There's
And-
some
No,
extra
we're
stuff
not
in there.
making
No,
fun
I know.
of you. I am so impressed.
And a queen size bed.
This is
in the
crazy.
middle.
Bed.
Do you have a chandelier?
No, that's next on the list, though.
But you have a
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
projector TV. I mean, oh wow.
So below the espresso machine on that same
Naturally.
welded together rack, we have a Ninja Foodie oven.
It's like the full size. It's just a normal
it's the
convection.
full size one, not the mini one.
No,
it's
they
the
have a
biggest
small one. So we looked at when we were looking at ovens, because at first I was opposed to it. I'm like, we don't need a stinking oven. Like I never even use the oven
Yeah,
except to
you
bake
do.
in the fall. And then as time went on, we're like, man, I'd really like to bake this chicken instead of barbecue it. So we
Yeah.
Well,
looked
and
at ovens.
anything. I mean, just even like the cleanup. If all
Oh my
you're
gosh,
using is pans and a stovetop, like the cleanup is so much more than just
Okay.
shove something
Yes.
in a box.
I have a question. Is there a sink in this trailer?
Yes.
And there is a sink and a water heater.
No water heater.
Well, now
Well-
we added one.
You added a water heater, so there was a sink. Is there a tank full of fresh water?
Yes.
11 gallons.
11 gallons of fresh water and a sink. What other amenities comes with the trailer from the factory?
An air
Nothing.
conditioner.
The fridge, right? Doesn't it come with the fridge?
It does.
fridge.
It has
It's
a
like
It's like a little mini fridge.
Yeah, it's
But
A dorm room fridge.
that's it.
Yes.
That's what
Just
comes with the
about.
trailer.
yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
everything.
actually don't want one in my trailer, but I do want one of those Ninja Foodie oven
Yes,
things.
get
Are they
one.
are they
Oh
cool?
my gosh,
They're amazing.
100%.
They heat up to temperature in 3 minutes.
Oh wow!
yeah.
It is perfect.
So if you want it
My
to be
favorite.
450, it'll be there in 3 minutes. It's so amazing.
And
Yeah.
it could just live on my counter.
I mean,
Why don't we have ovens at our house that do that?
I know.
I know.
So after doing this, we said if we ever go back to a home or an apartment, which at this point the answer is no, we would have one of those instead of a regular oven
Yeah,
because it's
a
a
so
life
much.
changer.
Yeah.
Mhm. And it also air fries. It's got a bunch of
I mean,
features. It's super
think of
neat.
all the things you could use your oven for besides ovening.
Yeah. Well,
Storage. Storage.
we.
A nightlight.
We do store stuff in our oven.
I mean,
I know.
we've even
You have to.
We've even tried to
7 by 14.
Yeah.
Really? 7
Please
by
store
14.
things in your oven.
And who would put a queen size bed in there? if
And you
it's
also
7 by
have a
14?
dog?
Well, that's why we got the queen size bed, is because we have a dog.
Oh my god.
Because she, okay.
How big is this
Oh
dog?
my gosh.
Not very big.
50
She's
pounds?
50 pounds, but she's a.
Not very big. Compared to a dachshund.
Well, no, compared to like, I don't know, a German Shepherd
Not
or a
very
Great
big.
Pyrenees.
Compared to a
50
Great Dane.
pounds.
Yeah.
Let's put it
It's
this
not
way.
very big.
We get, I mean, between
get
the two of us,
twin-sized
maybe we
size
get
space.
a 16th of the bed for
Well,
us,
yeah.
and the dog gets the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she does this whole number with her feet all out.
Yeah.
That's what dogs do.
Oh,
And
yeah.
is that what the
she's-
dog does all day?
all day.
Because, I mean, like, you can't really, it's not like the dog's walking around the trailer.
No, we go out quite a bit.
Yeah, we take her almost everywhere we go. We didn't bring her with us today, but we do take her most of the time.
Damn
because
you.
I know. She hates car rides, but ironically. So we travel a lot, and she can't stand it.
Well,
She loves
she'll
the
get
trailer.
over it.
Yeah, she will. And she's gotten better about it, but she just sits there and goes, "Oh my god."
So do you have a nice stash of doggy downers?
Yes.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
we've tried.
We tried.
As long as they don't throw up, you're good, right?
No,
Yeah.
she's not car sick. She just hates it. I don't know what her deal is, but yeah, we
baby.
drug her up with Benadryl, or I don't remember what she got the last time.
Yeah, what
Tramadol or
the
something.
vet
Okay.
gave her something.
No animals were harmed in the making of this video.
Not at all.
Just
No.
saying.
No, she just has
They're
to
just
have,
calm down.
Yeah, she just has to have some kind of sedative to not be a nervous wreck. But she's getting better about it. You know, I try to take her a lot of places now, even just short trips, so she gets used to it. But she loves sitting in the trailer. That's like,
Yeah, that was
She's
her
cool with it.
favorite word. So when we would go camping, if you said the word camping, and we were going in the Explorer at that point, that was the favorite thing. And so when we actually moved into the trailer first time, she loved it. We did go back to the apartment for a few days.
when she hated it.
yeah.
After moving, so we moved in the trailer for a little bit, for like a month, and then moved back into the apartment to help sell the rest of our stuff. And when we
Right.
got back into the apartment, she was so upset about not being in the trailer that she was just like shaking the whole time and like just so unhappy. So we moved back to the trailer, and she's like, "Oh, I like this again."
Yeah. So the trailer is the safe place.
Yeah.
But
How long have y'all been full time now? Since February, you said?
well, we were full time for about a month starting in December, and then we stayed in the apartment for a week or two.
Yeah, on and off.
Yeah.
Because we had to move. We had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, big apartment that we had to sell all of our furniture, and we weren't doing it.
Yeah, we were just enjoying the trailer.
We were just in the trailer. We're like, oh my God, we still have an apartment and all this furniture that we need to sell and get rid of. So then we were like, okay, well, maybe we should start going back to the apartment more often and looking at stuff and physically touching the things that need to go.
So I would say by January, we were back in the trailer full time because the apartment wasn't livable.
Well,
we didn't have
by the
anything
end
in
of
it.
January.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, now, wait. In the apartment, I bet there was like a stove, an oven,
It
a
was
pantry,
unlivable.
maybe even a washer, a bathroom,
No,
a
PJ.
shower, a toilet.
Unlivable.
All of
well,
that stuff.
we added all those things to the trailer though. So we added a toilet to the trailer.
Oh, we haven't talked about the toilet
Yeah.
situation yet.
You haven't. It's in the kitchen.
It is in the kitchen. It's under the
I mean,
sink.
everything's in the kitchen. I
So-
mean,
Well, when it's 7 by 14, everything is
I know.
everywhere. With a queen bed.
But your toilet's
bed.
really cool. You put it on a slidey thing, right?
Yeah, so
A slidey thing.
Yeah, like a sliding drawer.
We picked up 500-pound drawer slides, and I made a lever that it goes across the two, so you can push the button to let the slides out. And then the toilet is mounted to this shelf, let's say, and the shelf slides out. You use the toilet, and you put it back away.
So you have
cool.
a toilet shelf, a toilet slide.
Yeah,
drawer.
a slide-out toilet. It's really similar to the slide-out mechanism on the inTech Explorer, the slide-out kitchen.
That's a kitchen.
Yeah, it's really,
Not a toilet.
Yeah, but it pretty much functions the same. You open it up and
But it's inside
cool.
your trailer.
it's inside. Yep,
Man.
under the sink.
Have you taught the dog to use it yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We haven't gotten that lucky.
So is this like a cassette?
In
Yeah,
a sense, it's Thetford porta potty, so it has a 5-gallon
So
tank
it's a
on the
big
bottom.
porta potty.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it hasn't broken yet. So
No, it
all-
hasn't.
Wow.
I watched so many reviews on like every portable toilet imaginable. We're like, well, we could do a composting toilet. We could do,
Yes.
all like the Cinderella toilets are so cool. But
Yes.
then we'd have to like do like some weird
Plumbing
venting
and
and plumbing.
venting.
And we're like, no, that's too much. So
Well, there's people listening here just going, ooh.
I know they
you know,
really are.
Ooh. And so many people can't stand even having like a sink next to their bed. They just can't stand it. It just feels awful to them. Or having the bathroom door, within 2 feet of their sleeping area.
Yeah.
Well, and that was the first comment that my dad made when we were telling him about the project. He's like, you have a toilet in your kitchen? He's
Right,
like, isn't that
right.
unsanitary? It's like, well, if you make it unsanitary,
Don't be flinging your stuff
No,
everywhere.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we have hand sanitizers and we have disinfectants for a reason. I mean, you wipe it down every time you use it. It's a little bit more work, but
Well, I've never understood why walking, 20 feet to the kitchen makes you more sanitary.
right.
Yeah. It,
Because you're
does,
still
it
touching
really
the same
does.
stuff.
It really doesn't. I mean, there is some physical distance there, but
It
all
just-
that's happening is you're walking from here to there.
To us, it just means you have an extra 20 feet of home to clean.
That's true.
Right?
Bigger floor to clean, I guess.
Right.
So
I guess. Wow. Okay. So 7 by 14 space. Now, a queen size bed is 60 by 80. So that's 5 feet wide. So you only have 2 feet around this bed.
actually, we have the bed face
The
the
bed
other way.
sideways.
Sideways.
That's plenty around
Yeah.
then.
You,
Yeah,
could,
there's-
you could just get another bed too and put it in there.
We really
You
could.
just-
It could just be all
It's
bed.
2
Like,
beds.
All bed. Really? So
All
about
bed.
half your trailer is a queen size
Yes.
bed.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Moving on. You live in this full time. You're loving it. You fixed all of these features inside your trailer. Do you go full out glamping on the outside? Do you set up rugs and chairs and cabanas and
Chandeliers.
cooking things and all? What does the outside look like?
We have
Because that's what people will be thinking. Well, that's
Right.
because they set up everything outside.
no, not at all. Actually, we have Walmart. We picked up chairs from Walmart.
the first time we went camping.
Yeah, and we still have them. They were $4 on sale.
$4 chairs.
What?
And
we
we
still have
have one of those REI aluminum tables, and that's what we have outside. And we use a BioLite outside.
Wait, the first time you went camping was what?
2017, April.
And you bought $4 Walmart camping chairs.
And those suckers still live.
And you still have them.
We keep wanting to buy new chairs, but the
why?
excuse is if they haven't broken yet, why replace them? They're
I just
really
can't-
sun faded, but
Yeah.
they're not torn.
They used to be black. They're brown now.
That's insane.
They will disintegrate someday when you
know they
least
will.
expect it.
And it's going to be when I'm sitting on it.
And it will be a great
It'll
story.
be hilarious.
Yeah.
And then you can tell everybody about new chairs.
That's impressive.
But
Yeah,
we put
it
them
is.
away every time
Yeah,
we're done using
we don't
them. We
leave
don't
them
leave
out.
anything out. We just leave the truck and trailer. there.
Oh, you're
So
responsible.
you don't leave all of this outdoor stuff sitting out there at night. You don't like have
we
all
have a
this
grill
set up.
outside. We have one of the little,
We have a Weber.
the Weber grills.
Uh-huh.
And it lives outside because it can't go anywhere else. But
Do you have lights on your awning?
we've actually never used our awning. We pulled it out once.
Yeah.
This is so weird.
I'm so confused.
This is so weird.
So
On
I'm,
what-
I'm scared of the awning. I'm scared that we're going to get a
Wait.
good wind gust and it's going to
You
die.
jump off 3-foot rock cliffs with a dirt bike and you're scared of an awning?
I'm scared of breaking the awning. I don't want to
Which
break
is
it.
honey.
which is a legit fear.
I know.
Awnings
No.
break really
Well,
easily.
yeah.
I mean,
Well-
we had the Batwing on the
I
Explorer.
love the Batwing. I wish we had a Batwing on the Discovery.
I know.
Well, put a Batwing on
Yeah,
it.
you can put a Batwing. This guy can do it.
So tall.
Yeah,
It's okay.
So we were afraid of the hinges because everyone talks about the hinges on the Batwing. So we ordered billet aluminum hinges that someone made in the Facebook group for that. And I remember one day you left the awning out on that, and the thing was flying like 2 feet in the air.
It was fine though. It didn't break.
Yeah, but
But yeah, we've pulled the awning out one time and we got a gust of wind and I'm like, oh, it's going to go back in. So I think one day I'll get over that and I'll be like, okay, the sun is just too much. But right now where we're at an RV park and it's just
yeah, so we weren't going to live in it until it was done, and then we decided to live in it. So we had to be in an RV park so we can set it up.
Right?
Then starting, we're leaving for Oregon mid-October,
Okay.
and we will be on public land from then forward. So as soon
so
as
you're like leaving Texas.
we
Yeah.
are leaving Texas.
but with the intention of having more time eventually and being able to travel full time.
And you're going to continue with this YouTube channel. And
Yeah.
you said you had a podcast. Is it about the trailer? Or is it about something else?
It's exactly about the trailer and our journey. Our goal is to try and not drag people into this, but inspire people to better their lives by freeing up their time.
Even
I mean,
if
the
it's
most
not in an
valuable
RV.
thing in life is time, right? I mean,
So
that's the
true.
only thing you can't get back. Anyone can go get money somehow. I mean, we can all figure it out if it was a life or death situation and needed money. But freeing up time and location and activities is ultimately the most valuable thing.
I don't know how old you are, but I really love this new generation way of thinking of screw work. Let's play. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think it's exactly that.
well, it's not,
but the
but
idea,
in the sense that you don't have to spend your whole life working, especially if you don't like your job.
Well, and we figured out, so I have an eBay store where I sell stuff for the music industry. I sell open hole flute plugs and saxophone nut plugs.
and maybe clarinets.
Eventually, maybe. But
Oh, come on, we're going to talk.
Real soon.
but we have a small eBay web store where we sell some stuff, and this is all stuff that I 3D print, hence why we need the 3D printer, because I don't have to keep
I
inventory,
see.
right? If someone puts in an order, I go, okay,
Push the button.
push the button. I already have that file. It'll be spit out in a couple hours and I'll mail it to them. So we've really focused on having products that we can ship cheaply and don't take up a lot of space.
It's genius.
So
It is. It is.
Okay. In the show notes at rvsmalltalk.com, we're definitely going to link to your podcast, link to your YouTube, so that anybody listening should go check it out and follow along. I will be. I'm excited. And it's called the Andersen Adventures.
Yeah, so our YouTube is The Andersen Adventures. Our website is andersenadventure.com.
because
Okay.
that was the domain that we could get.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally get
are
it.
such a pain.
Totally get it.
So,
And your podcast is called...
We recorded our first one. I'm still editing it, and then
Okay.
once I have that up, I'll let you know. But it's in progress. But we do
Cool.
have one going to be
We
starting.
don't know the name
Cool.
yet because we don't know if it's taken.
Yeah. We got to do some more research on that one.
Well, RV Small Talk is already taken. I'm so sorry.
Dang, I was really hoping for that one.
RV Small Talk 2?
There you go.
Organ edition.
And then some. So Andersen is 2 E's. So it's Andersen.
Yes.
Yes.
So that will help you guys to find them. This is so cool. I mean, it is so. This is going to come out wrong. I always say something that sounds weird, but it's so backwards. You guys have really outfitted the inside and made it all do. I mean, you have a trailer that's 7 feet wide, 14 feet long, and it does so many things.
Yeah.
And none of that is set up outside for living. It is all just what you need inside to live, enjoy, make a living.
Yeah.
Your 3D printer, those kinds of things. Have all of those things that you need. And then the rest of it is just riding dirt bikes and having fun and relaxing. That is just, what a concept.
Bravo.
Yes.
Bravo.
Hats off to you
Yeah, we're
guys.
trying
our best. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
And
We got a plan.
The nice thing is people can follow our journey and see that you can really do it. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. Anyone can do it, because we used to look at these famous YouTubers and we were going, oh my goodness.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Wouldn't that
That'd be nice.
And then we realized that as long as you're taking a step in the right direction every day, even if it's a small step, you're moving in the right direction. You're on the right path.
What a brilliant thing to say. If you are heading in the right direction, taking one small step, that's progress.
Yeah.
That is progress.
So inspirational.
It really is. It really is. And I'm an old dog. I've already heard all this and everybody telling me why they can't do it. So it's really cool to see people that are doing it.
Very cool.
And make mistakes.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Lots of them. All the
Lots
time.
of mistakes. That holds people back, that fear more than anything. Just like fear of putting your awning out. But that's a little weird. We're going to work on that one.
But it just holds you back from having shade.
It does.
I mean, it's not going to hold you back in life.
It might.
Well,
It is only shade changing.
what's the worst that could happen? We break the awning and come back and buy a new one here?
Yeah.
Right?
That's why she's like, use your awning. Break your awning.
You'll 3D print a new awning.
And we have a cool awning that we love here that doesn't break and the welds are strong, and you could have a similar batwing. So, yeah, there are things out there. You just got to keep trying. Just come up with the next thing.
Exactly.
You just keep swimming. Keep swimming. So,
right.
I can't say thank you enough for you guys to come and join us, because this was super fun. I rarely am awed more than once or twice in a podcast. You guys blew me away. I've seen a whole lot of trailers, a whole lot of people. My hat's off to
Like
you.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And thank
Wait
you
till
so
you
much.
see the video.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Okay.
having us on.
Absolutely. And we're going to stay connected. And we'll maybe get to talk to you a year from now and see how a year in your 7x14 trailer turns out.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would
Okay.
be great.
All right. It's a date. Thanks, guys, for listening. And Lindsay, tell people where they can find show notes.
knew you were gonna
everything
do
else.
that.
Yeah, I'm putting it off on you because you
Show
said you were
notes.
Clint.
Show notes, information about Andersen Adventures will all be at rvsmalltalk.com. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, we would love a rate and review. It really helps push the podcast to other people so they can hear these awesome, amazing Andersen Adventure stories. I think that's all I got. Texas Tiny Trailer Rally at texastinytrailerrally.com. And okay, we love you. Bye-bye.
See ya next time.